Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Let's see, Miss Z, we are going to watch the surprise video together as a family. Surprise video. We're going to watch the surprise video together as a family. What surprise video? What did I miss? Anyway, thank you for the super chat. And thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Let me see. Is this the surprise video or is it something else? What did I miss? Surprise video. Everyone has been to the bathroom. I don't know. I mean, we'll see how it goes. Oh, the surprise video. That. Well, I mean, I don't want to get you all worked up about, well, it's not Harry and Meghan. I had to think about that for a second. You know, I was trying to come up with a title. Maybe that title was a little bit too strong. No, I'll show you. I'll show you. It had something to do with what I said yesterday. And I was saying, don't be surprised if those two don't pop up at the Olympics. Well, they didn't exactly pop up at the Olympics, but they made like a little cameo. So that was it. That was the only surprise. There we go. Let me get my slides up anyway. Yeah, sorry if I led you all on. There we go. Cool. There we go. Weird beard. It sure is a weird beard, but which beard is it? And no, I'm not talking about anybody's wife. Or am I talking about somebody's wife? Weird beard. Okay, but it does have something to do with the surprise appearance. Okay, so you know what? This is out of order, and I think I'll come back to this one. I'll come back to that one. Well, I'll come back to that too. I don't want to keep you guys in suspense. Well, I said yesterday, don't be surprised if they don't pop up at the games, right? Didn't I say that yesterday? Well, she looks great. Royal fans gush over beautiful Kate as glowing Princess of Wales makes public appearance in star-studded video praising Team GB's Olympian video praising Team GB's Olympian efforts alongside rugged-looking Prince William. Rugged-looking, rugged. Rugged? Yeah, I guess rugged, not rugged. Rugged. Anyway, let me show you. There they go. There they go. Surprise. But listen. I have to ask the question, what is wrong with their mouths? What's wrong with their mouths? Let me show you. So they both seem, I'm not going to start to think about this being an AI video, but watch the mouth.
All of us watching at home, congratulations to Team GB.
Well done on all you've achieved. You've been an inspiration to us all.
What is wrong with their mouth? Let me do that one more time.
From all of us watching at home, congratulations to Team GB.
Well done on all you've achieved. You've been an inspiration to us all.
Why are they curling their lips like that? Did they just get through sucking on a lime or a lemon or something? Check it out again.
From all of us watching at home, congratulations to Team GB.
Well done on all you've achieved. You've been an inspiration to us all.
Something is wrong. Their mouths are out of order. And once you see it, you cannot not see it. It's AI.
From all of us watching at home, congratulations to Team GB. Well done on all you've achieved. You've been an inspiration to us all.
See what I mean?
To us all.
From all of us watching at home, congratulations to Team GB. Well done on all you've achieved. You've been an inspiration to us all.
Now, I think the girls over at Celibacy put it best when they said mouth askew. That is definitely a mouth askew. See what I mean? What is wrong with her mouth? What is wrong with her mouth? I cannot put my finger on it. And he's not any better. And is he channeling Harry with this beard? Olivia Johnson says, AI all the way. Thank you so much for 11 months membership. Something ain't right with their mouth. There's something weird about their mouths. You see what I mean? One more time.
From all of us watching at home, congratulations.
From all of us,
Well done.
from all of us watching at home. Why is she being so posh? You know, where's the girl from Buckleberry who mama used to push that tray up and down the aisle of British Airways? Where's that girl? Huh? She's a long way from Buckleberry, ain't she? She's a long way from Buckleberry. Okay. Now, speaking of which, the mama that used to push them carts up and down the aisle, you would never know from the very posh tone, from all of us watching at home, from all of us watching at home. What is that? What is that? Where's all this poshness coming from? From all of us watching at home. Are you serious, lady? One more time.
Us watching at home, congratulations to Team GB. Watching at home, congratulations to Team GB.
Well done on all you've achieved. You've been an inspiration to us all.
From all of us watching
From
at home,
all of us watching at home.
Well done on all
Y'all, something ain't right. Now, I don't personally suspect it's AI. I just think that Kate is trying to sound very posh, right? All of those elocution lessons have not paid off because it's not natural. It's very forced. From all of us watching at home. Come on, y'all. Y'all could do better than that. Anyway, I want to know who's swooning over Willie's new look, cause they need their heads examined. The tabloids are trolling Willie for sure. Seriously, I haven't laughed this much in a long time, says Zandy Sussex. Well, it's all because they have an article. And by the way, People magazine actually airbrushed their images. And I mean, I haven't seen that much airbrushing in a long time, but they're all airbrushed on People magazine. I promise you they are. But it says here Prince William and Princess Kate dazzled fans as they took to social media to throw their support behind all of those people watching at home, as they threw their support behind the Team GB Olympians following their achievements in Paris. You know, to all of those watching at home. Oh, she's so posh, isn't she? She's so polished and and so elegant and so worldly to all of us watching at home. Anyway, Hannah says, what you ordered, what you get. You wanted Prince Harry, and you ended up with Grizzly Willie. Item not as described. Will Amazon pick it up? Uh, do I have to tape a label to his uh, abundant forehead and walk it to the post office? So we're so sorry to hear about this experience. You can find more info on how to request a return for an item available here. Please let us know if you could use any further assistance. Andrew. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Anyway, to all of those people watching at home, good Lord. I mean, it's just like, I could just see her trying to address a black congregation. You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine if she stood in front of a black church and tried to address them sounding so worldly and so erudite and so refined? And could you imagine it? Or would the reaction be more like this? This girl done lost her mind. This girl done lost her mind, which, you know what? Isn't this how most children of color look at Kate? How many times have we seen children of color look at Kate in much the same way? I mean, wanted you wanted this and you ended up with that. Not a fair exchange. Not a fair exchange. I think manufacturers should actually warn people before they substitute. I'm pretty sure this is Harry's reaction when he saw the beard. And Chris Ship with a P, not a T, see there? Is spelled SHIP. Chris Ship with a P, not a T. A personal thanks to Team GB from Prince and Princess of Wales. William and Kate appear in new video filmed during their summer break in Norfolk. Spot the holiday beard? Spot it. I couldn't miss it. Anything that raggedy looking, you couldn't miss it. As a matter of fact, all of the people at home saw that beard. And then, of course, one of the squatties found a different angle of William. If you turn William a certain way, this is what you get. So thank you to the squatty with the unusual photo of William. There we go. Now, if I had to guess who would be swooning over them, well, this guy might swoon over Kate, but his swooning days are over. This guy, ooh, now he might be swooning over William. As a matter of fact, I wonder if William got the idea for that beard of his. I wonder if that came from his actuary, right? Is it Dixon? That's his name, right? I wonder if he got the idea for that beard from his actuary, who seems to only have eyes for him. Lex says they can do a quasi AI video for the Olympics, but not for their subjects. I am so relieved that people can look at the monarchy during a crisis. Thank you very much, Legs, for the super chat. And thank you so much for being here. Yep. I mean, just look at the way he's looking at William adoringly. You never see anybody look at William like that ever. I only have eyes for you. We're gonna have to keep an eye on that one, right? I mean, he's William's constant companion. His constant companion. I mean, every place you look, he's right over his shoulder, huh? How sweet. See what I mean? See what I mean? William, as a matter of fact, William ever only seems to be this happy when he's around. The Wells family have their own equary, Lieutenant, what was that, Colonel? Uh, no, something member Rob Dixon. Huh. Okay. All righty then. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just glad he has someone to look after him. No, really, someone to keep an eye on him. Very sweet. I mean, I don't notice that King Charles, when what's his name was his equerry, I never saw him look at Charles like that. And when he was the Queen's equerry, I never saw him look at the Queen like that. I never seen any equerry look at the principal, at their royal family member in their care. I've never seen them look at them like that. Interesting. That's all I'll say is interesting. And of course, Kate, I don't know if you noticed this, but she's wearing a summer version of her Renaissance Jesus top. Remember when she sat on the bench like Renaissance Jesus? Well, she's wearing that top in that photo or in the video where she and William are just so hot you can't really contain yourself. See there? It seems like a lighter fabric. I don't think it's the same thing, but apparently she's got maybe she just I don't know, maybe she's into stripes. Maybe she think it makes her look bigger or something like that. But whatever it is, um, it seems like that's the go-to. Whenever she wants people, I guess she's trying to set the mood for people so you don't question how healthy she looks and how vigorous she's able to speak. You know what I mean? So we can be reminded that she should not return to work anytime soon. Maybe that's what the point of it is. I don't know. But you can tell it's a heavier fabric that she's wearing there. And of course, Princess Kate will focus on her kids after brush with mortality. Um, why is Kate, and by the way, thank you, Muriel, for finding these. Why is Kate becoming the invisible princess as she increasingly shrinks from the limelight? The question worried courtiers are whispering, will the Duchess refuse to be the new Diana? And over here, Jobson, whose book, Catherine, the Princess of Wales, a biography of the future queen, was released this week, also noted that Middleton made it known that she will not be rushed into doing things she doesn't necessarily want to do, including returning to royal duties. Didn't we just talk about this yesterday? Well, Muriel found that article there from August 2015. Didn't I just say yesterday? Did you not hear me say this is what she's always wanted? This is what she always wanted, and that is to do as little as possible. To do as little as possible. And that's it. She does not intend to return to a full schedule, period. And there's nothing anybody can do about it. Now, if they were in some kind of negotiation because they haven't been under the same roof for a while, and those rumors that we heard about 2024 and a royal divorce, if any of that is true, what was alleged in 2023, if any of that is true, suddenly this makes sense. Suddenly this makes sense because if you're going to negotiate something, you might as well open up a calendar and figure out where you intend to be and how often are you going to be there. The British public has been bamboozled. That's why I said they put it in the New York Post so they could say it and not say it all at the same time. It's coming from a Murdoch paper. They're not talking about it in the Daily Mail, but it is the life she's always wanted. All of that trying to keep up with the Sussexes wore her down. I said last fall, I said, don't worry, this is unsustainable. She won't be able to keep this going. I had no idea that it was going to involve abdominal surgery. I couldn't have, I just thought she would, um, you know, not show up or something like that, just take some time off. Had no idea she would have surgery. But I knew she was not going to be able to keep pretending to be Catherine, corporate CEO, sending her out with a binder and dressed up. That's not who she is. That's the girl from Buckleberry. Now, on to another topic, and I hate to do this, but why are we talking about something from 5 years ago? Out of the blue, Jeremy Clarkson slams Meghan Markle again, even they're saying again, over a stupid and unroyal A-list baby shower held before giving birth to Archie. As though this is news, and especially if your target is the American people, this is going to fail epically. Even at the time, it was said that baby showers is very much an American thing. Not so much for, for royals, but it's an American thing. Clarkson has slammed Meghan Markle again over blah, blah, blah. So the thing is, one of the things he cited was the use of a private jet to go over to the U.S., that she took Clooney's jet, right? Amal and what's his face, Clooney's jet. Well, how did the Cambridges get over to, what was it, Norway? How did they go visit their cousins in Norway? What is that thing that Kate is stepping out of? A rowboat? A Bentley? Looks like a private jet to me. And she's no less pregnant. Looks like a private jet to me. So, is this about the baby shower? Is this about the private jet use? Because if it's about the jet, that's all fine. But when you refuse to condemn everyone else in the family for doing the same, it stops being a relevant debate and could have been had in regards to the royals and flying and look more like a double standard. Double, triple, quadruple standard. What does the other royals do? Harry is the son of a head of state. And before that, he was the grandson of the head of state, as well as all of the security risk that comes from being a member of the royal family and a veteran of the Afghan War. So why rehash this about having a baby shower with A-listers? Who cares? About using a private jet, um, which is something that everybody else in the family does. Because I can guarantee you, Camilla's kids are not flying commercial. I'd be amazed. Oh, there you go. Leg says it's about Camilla taking the heat off of Chuck. Because after all, people are asking, when is Charles going to say something about these riots? Huh. Well, that was a very weak thing to do, is to talk about a 5-year-old baby shower. A 5-year-old baby shower? That is so 2019. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I'm just like, you do know that was 5 years ago. I had to look at the date. I'm just like, huh? That's 5 years ago. Why is you talking about this in 2024? Who cares? Our planet has become more fragile. The pressing need to protect and restore our planet has never been more urgent, said Prince William, probably as he was boarding a private jet for God knows what. What hypocrisy. And I'm going to say this, as I said so many times. I have never heard Meghan say anything about the use of private jets. I have never heard Meghan beat the drum of environments and environmental stuff. I've never heard that. I'm not saying that she hasn't said it, but it has not been her stock in trade. She's more concerned about women's rights. I don't hear her talking about that kind of thing. So they always lump Meghan in with Harry as the eco warrior. I don't believe that that's exactly the way that Meghan has carried herself at all. And there's Robert Jobson. Well, eco warrior, Prince Harry, he's accused of hypocrisy. Where's my CPAP? As he as he touches down in Santa Barbara on his friend's 45 million pound private jet and flying 750 miles to a polo match. A jet that was going that direction full of people, okay? A jet that he does not own. A jet that belongs to a wealthy American who, unlike the royal family, earned his money. He earned it. It wasn't gifted to him. It was earned. So who cares? He was invited to fly on a jet that was going that direction anyway. Also, Harry, how much was it they raised? Was it 2 million, 5 million? They raised money for Centabale. He wasn't going there on vacation. He was raising money for Centabale. And unlike the UK, we don't have that many trains crisscrossing the US carrying passengers like we have in the past. We tend to rely more upon air travel. As a matter of fact, the US has more airports than any other country in the world. We have more airports because we depend on air travel. That's just the way it is. So the campaigning Royal 36 boarded a 20-seat, 45 million pound plane from Aspen, Colorado to his home in Santa Barbara, California on Thursday. So what? Now take a look over here on the right. Duke and Duchess of Cambridge flew via private jet to an exclusive island to celebrate a very special occasion. Where is the vitriol? Kate Middleton and Prince William escaped to France on a £8 million jet for private family holiday. Where is the vitriol? And by the way, what is that, 2019? This other one is 2016. 2016, pre-Megan. That's why they listed the price. They wouldn't do that now. Yeah. So when William is ready to fly his family somewhere, it's okay. I don't think that William is any less the eco warrior. As a matter of fact, he is the eco warrior. William is the one in charge of what is it called? No, Earth Flop. He's the one in charge of Earth Flop. He loves the planet so much, he was willing to dress up like a bottle of Mitchum roll-on deodorant so that he could go to the first Earth Flop event, right? He was he had enough courage to step out the door looking like a bottle of Mitchum. He got into an electric car, which soon he bought one for himself, but he got into that electric car. This event was so big, there's only a family of 4 standing back there beyond the gate. There were more security and more photographers outside than there were people even just passing by. That's how big the event was. Boring. Anyway, how about this one? Carbon footprints. Get it? Carbon footprint. We all know about how William and Kate staged that trip on board a commercial jet, which the owners of the company flew empty to pick them up and then flew it back empty once they dropped them off. All of this, you see there, Will and Kate's 73-pound, what is that, hose flight? Well, anyway, Prince piles pressure on brother by taking budget trip to Scotland, which we all found out was a bunch of nonsense. Having the kids carry the bag, and it was all nonsense. So they're worried about a 5-year ago baby shower on a private jet. They just didn't want Meghan to have any friends. They were trying to humiliate the Sussexes. And then people say why they left. You know, I wish that Harry would have talked about this in Spare. And I hope one day that he will. Because all of this nonsense about the Sussexes taking a private jet in a country where you can buy yourself a little airplane, a little prop plane, probably as easy as you can buy yourself a car. Not difficult to do. Of course, you got to earn your license, but not very difficult to do. We got a ton of them here. The caucasity of it all. Prince William, helicopter flights, private jets, multiple huge homes, personal train, climate change, hypocrite. Prince Charles, helicopter flights, private jets, multiple huge homes, personal train, climate change, hypocrite. Harry, I don't ever recall Harry saying anything about people using private jets. I don't remember him lecturing people about the environment. Travelist, which is the only thing that he has put his name on that I know of about the environment. has taken on a lot of big companies, credit card companies, travel agencies, airlines. All of these companies have signed on to Travelers, founded by guess who? Prince Harry. Travelers gives you the option to choose the less impactful way to travel from point A to point B. It doesn't say you shouldn't, it doesn't say you can't. It gives you, the consumer, meaning that if you are concerned about the environment, it gives you choices. It will tell you if you take this flight, you will burn so many carbon emissions compared to taking the train or driving or a combination of any of the above mentioned. That's what Travelers is. It's giving the consumer the option. It's not lecturing anybody. That's all Harry has talked about. He hasn't started a foundation or whatever that earth flop is. He hasn't started something that actually hijacked the idea from somebody else. Travelers is something that Harry came up with. William didn't come up with anything. What he has, just like with the early years, which was taken from some young girl in Australia, hauntingly familiar to people who've already seen it. And what happened? Will and Kate, all they did was copy off of other people. And what do? They just show up, give a little smile and a wave. They really have nothing to do with any of that stuff. It's just vanity projects so that they can look busy. They don't know anything, they don't do anything, and they can barely talk.
And congratulations to Team GB.
Well done on all you've achieved. You've been an inspiration to us
Oh,
all.
shut up. They can barely talk. So, all of this trying to be something that they're not, it just backfires epically. And I do hope that one of these days, a voice much bigger than mine or anybody else in the Sussex squad, I hope that someone will take them to task. Or if not that, just ask Harry. Just ask him, what is the difference? I hope that that will happen because they have been getting so much mileage off of this finger pointing and hypocrisy. And I, for one, am tired of it. James Brown, I think he was the first black man to buy a jet. Um, there's also that the idea that the black princess is being pampered and living the lifestyles of the rich and famous. They don't like that. They want Meghan taking a Greyhound bus. They just cannot stand to see black folks have anything. I mean, look at Kamala. Kamala is the vice president of the United States. She couldn't even go to France and buy some copper cookware without people complaining. Something that is pretty innocuous. People do it all the time. But it's something about you throw a little African in there and God help you. They come after you. They wouldn't leave James Brown alone until he went to jail. And then what happened? He come back more popular than ever. He made more money than he ever made in his life. But remember, it's not about race. And there's William trying to be something that he's not. Harry's holding a trophy based on his commitment to veterans. And look at William holding a primate on a pedestal for participating in a, what was it? Polo match. Just call me Harry. Just call me William. When does this stop? When does it stop? Harry is always going to beat you. He's always going to outdo you. There is not an occasion when William will ever outshine his brother. It's just not possible. That jealousy is consuming him. He can't control himself. I mean, he's running like a crime scene, and Harry is just casually. How about this? On the left, a soldier. On the right, a dweeb. Copycat strikes again. Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, candid COP26 snap of them walking away from the camera mirrors the Sussex's signature style, expert claims. Stevie Wonder can see it. Stevie Wonder can see it. They have no dignity. They have no dignity whatsoever. They don't even try to be original. Seriously? They don't even try to be original. I'm surprised they didn't vomit on each other when they were forced to touch. I'm surprised they. Bleh. I'm just so surprised they didn't barf on each other. I'm shocked they didn't barf on each other. Anyway, let me go back up top because I delayed something from before. All right, this young lady right here, I love her. She's on, what do you call it? She's on TikTok. Let me see if I can find her name here. Mixed Pivot. That's the name of her TikTok channel, Mixed Pivot. Let me play that soundbite for you. Okay. Okay, let me get that going.
And Harry. Now that we've established that both Meghan and Harry partner with experts in various fields in order to best use their platform, let's review some of the resources for Archwell Foundation's latest launch, the Parents Network. It says right on their website, our partners, campaign and support resources have been built and approved by parents with the expertise and advice from the following organizations. Screen Sanity is honored to partner with the Archwell Foundation Parents Network, a no-cost private community for parents and caregivers bound by shared experiences of social media harm centered on collective healing. In SPCC, it's the National Society for the Prevention of Cruelty Towards Children. This is a UK program. Five Rights Foundation. Five Rights works to put children's needs and rights at the very heart of digital design. Social Media Victims Law Center, it's resources for parents, social media guides, how-to guides, and mental health resources for teens. Parents Together Action is a parent-led, people-powered education and advocacy organization. So Meghan and Harry have collected expert information at a one-stop shop on the Archwell Foundation website to make it easy for parents to find exactly what it is that they need through the Parents Network. Social media harm has impacted the Sussex family, and I believe they did this because they want the future to be better for both their children and ours. Because service is universal.
Okay, I cut it off too soon. As she said, service is universal. So I love the fact that there are people on TikTok that are talking about all of the good deeds that the Sussexes have been doing. This girl in particular, she's the one who had the video the other day where she talked about, the Thomas Kingston theory about, Thomas Kingston, Will and Kate, so on and so on. So if you get a chance to check out her videos, she's on TikTok, and Mixed Pivot is what she calls her TikTok. Very good. I mean, she goes very deep. So, but there's some good people on TikTok, and I don't watch it enough. Unfortunately, I don't really get into the TikToks unless I find it through someone on Twitter. But I got to change that. I want to start supporting these people because they do a multitude of good as far as the Sussexes are concerned. And of course, there's some bad actors on there too. Now, the other thing that I wanted to share at the top, this guy right here, Hassan, what is it? Hassan the Hun. He's on Twitter. He's on Instagram. And guess what? TikTok. Now, remember the other day I was saying, okay, let me start with this. Because apparently I offended someone with my discussions about the some of those people that were out rioting, right? Some of the poor, downtrodden, council living, toothless, bitter hags, and EDL thugs that were walking the streets like the backup dancers on Thriller. The people that were walking around the villages and hamlets of the United Kingdom looking like those backup dancers on Thriller. Well, anyway, they didn't like what I said, and they said I was making fun of poor people. And okay, it says right here, they actually was on Duchess of Success. They said, Anne, please explain to Barron that there are plenty of middle income and wealthy people like this. Yesterday, he was basically making fun of stereotyping people for being poor. And I like to think that I pretty much make fun of everybody, regardless of their socioeconomic condition. But much to the credit of Anne from Duchess of Success, she pretty much mirrored or echoed my sentiment. So I could not understand exactly what was rubbing this person the wrong way, right? So anyway, let's hear what Hassan had to say. How am I going to do this? Well, because I don't want to play the video. Oh yeah, I can play the video. Yes, I can. All right, let me do this. And you can hear what Hassan had to say.
They completely destroyed like years and years of American media showing British people as like smart intellectual nerds. They have done it. They have successfully destroyed it. Every time I see an EDL guy, I'm like, how can they be so dumb? Okay. It's literally some of my favorites have been the guy being like, they're taking off jobs, lad. And then the woman will be like, well, have you tried to get a job? He's like, no, I haven't tried to get a job. And then she'll be like, what's the reason? He's like, it's because I just got out of prison for burglary and assault. but they're taking off jobs. It's like, bro, what are you saying? Fix your life, big dog. It's like, yeah, I did some time in a bin. I did some time in a bin for a minute, but honestly, they're taking off jobs. I wouldn't have done them. That one guy was, yeah, it's like, it's crazy. It is crazy. Like, they are so oblivious. They have, I don't know what they did that like led them to think that voluntarily revealing this information wouldn't make you look like a complete moron. But the lack of recognition, the lack of self-awareness is incredible. Okay? It is incredible. These are the people that never integrated in society. I have them in my family. It blows my mind. It blows my mind. I think Margaret Thatcher should be unearthed from her grave for the unimaginable crimes that she has committed for England in general. Like, she is Ronald Reagan, but for England. And like what she did to the North, what she did to like labor strongholds, what she did to labor in your country, if you're British, like the consequences are so devastating. Because like all these people that I'm making fun of right now, they all were just like regular jobbers, okay? They were regular old people. Their social safety nets crumbled. Their jobs went away. They got destroyed. And they just sat there with so much anger and resentment. And then somebody came in and was like,
okay, so that's where it cuts off. Obviously, he has a much longer podcast. They're taking our jobs. Well, I said the other day, matter of fact, let's go back to the beginning part of that, shall we?
They completely destroyed like years and years.
Okay, that's the point I wanted to make. I said several times on Royal Sussex that Americans always had this view of British people being geniuses and, very well-educated, clever, and all that kind of stuff. Listen again.
Of American media showing British people as like smart intellectual nerds. They have done it. They have successfully destroyed it. Every time.
Most Americans did not know about that side of Britain. We didn't know. And just like the idea that there would be so much racism and people, mobs roaming the streets looking for people like that, most Americans, we didn't know that was a thing. You see, back in the day, we would always see Black people go to Europe, go to the UK, and they get these amazing lives for themselves. We see stars go over there and they're all loved and welcomed and everything. We didn't know anything about the Windrush. We didn't know anything about, like, for instance, I didn't know that there was all of this animosity and discontent with people from India. I would have thought, the empire, India, people love their curry and everything. I didn't know. And so every time these things happen, it reveals a part of Britain that a lot of Americans just didn't know exist. I mean, truthfully, Britain really ain't on our radar. It's not the first place Americans want to go on vacation. I'm a weirdo. The first time I traveled abroad by myself, I went straight to London, right? By myself. I went straight to London. But some people, they want to go to Paris. They want to go to Spain, other places. I don't think Britain is at the top of most Americans' list. Bali or, the Bahamas and all that kind of stuff. Not Britain. And then when you do go there, you find out that, gosh, I thought I left that at home. Baron, some people are just bored and want to be acknowledged. Other than haters, some is confused ones out there and sensitive ones. Yeah, I mean, it's not easy having someone say things disparaging about one's home or place of birth. I get that. And, but I do have it in for the MAGA people. I do have it in for the Brexit people. I find that in both cases, you have the most vulnerable of white people in either country that are voting against their own interests in the name of either controlling people of color or trying to drive them away or put them in their place. It would be different if they felt that way because of something that was real, right? But if the only thing that bothers you is that I'm over here and you are too, then we got a problem. Because the only reason why over here is as great as it is because of what you took from over there, including people. And yes, that may have been 100 years ago. That may have been hundreds of years ago. It doesn't matter. You are still benefiting from the generational wealth that was taken from an entire nation or tribe or whatever the case may be. We won't even get into the genocides and wholesale slaughter. I'm talking about what's still around: the money, the wealth, the influence. And yes, the thing about Margaret Thatcher and Ronald Reagan, they were the different sides of the same coin. Ronald Reagan, the union buster, the man who is the only president at that time. Ronald Reagan was the first president, the first, not the only, I'm assuming now, but he was the first president that was a member of a union, of a labor union, the Screen Actors Guild. And so he was perfect as the president who systematically destroyed the labor unions. I will never forget, what was it, PATCO, the Air Traffic Controllers Union? He fired all of the air traffic controllers over a labor dispute. He fired them. The air traffic controllers, do you hear me? The air traffic controllers, he fired them. And from that, people realized this man is serious about destroying unions. The 8-hour workday, breaks, vacation, all type of benefits that we ridding the nation of child labor. All of that you could thank to the labor unions. But labor unions usually voted Democrat, right? So that's why the labor unions had to go. And the people that benefited the most from the labor unions were the ones that kept voting for the Republicans. So that's why I make fun of them. I do have it in for them. I do have it in for if you're a MAGA person or a Brexit person, I don't like you. I don't like you, and you're stupid. I just don't like you. If you voted for Donald Trump, I don't like you, and you're stupid. One of the early supporters of Royal Sussex told me that she was a Trump supporter. And she told me that she didn't come here to talk about those things and that I had better stop. I said, you know what? In your Patreon today, because I'm not going to stop. I don't want your support. Fortunately, there's more good in this world than there is bad. So you got these images, which is the last that I've seen of the riots. There's more good in this world than there is bad. So I'm not bothered that the person felt as though I needed some explaining. That doesn't bother me. I thought it was mostly funny. But aside from that, it's just interesting because instead of focusing on me, this is what you need to focus on. Don't worry about what I think. Fix what's happening on the streets. Make sure that nobody is being chased down the street. The reason why I don't like the N word is because in my adult life, on a few occasions, I was made to feel very vulnerable by someone yelling the N word from a moving vehicle when I was in an area where I was possibly the only Black person. It wasn't a good feeling. I felt vulnerable. I felt like I was in danger, at risk. And that's why I don't like that word, because it was the last thing some people heard before they couldn't hear anything at all. It was the last thing some people heard before their family never seen them alive again. That's why I don't like that word. I cringe when I hear it. So focus on this. Don't worry about what Barron thinks. Fix this. Anyways, where did I leave off on the other slides? I think I'm almost done. Yes, I was here. Well, Kamala, yes, you pronounce it comma, like comma. Kamala surges ahead of Biden on the handling of the economy. As a matter of fact, there are more people that trust Vice President Harris with the economy than there are people that trust Donald Trump, who is in panic mode right now. I mean, things are not going well. People are going to take hope and joy over anger and bitterness. And that's all that Donald Trump has offered. I mean, would you vote for the Trump campaign with all of their anger and bitterness and accusations? Or do you want the president that's full of joy and the vice president that looks like an emoji, right? I mean, Tim Walz is definitely giving you the emoji. It's like that dance emoji or whatever one that is. And then here, I mean, this guy has some poses. I got a feeling that he's a good dancer. They're ready. We're ready. Let's go. We ain't going back. British royal family during the race riots while on vacation. British royal family for sporting events, anything flashy while also on vacation. See there? They shun away from all of that riot stuff. But if it has to do with some sporting event or something like that, over here, I'll have a portion, please. Anyway, one of the squatties made that. I thought it was cute. And holy cow, is he wearing eyeliner? Now, I don't believe that that he's wearing eyeliner, at least not this time. However, this popped up, and right now there is no denial from the campaign that that is actually the senator from whatever state he's from. Is it Ohio? There is no doubt that that is the senator from Ohio. That's right. J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance. The man who has changed his name on a couple of occasions. That is not his birth name, by the way. James, whatever. That is not his birth name, J.D. Vance. However, that is J.D. Vance. I don't know what the occasion was. I'm sure it was just like fun. Although the way that head is tilted, I'm thinking somebody was starting to really get into the moment. Yeah. Yeah, Halloween is usually the first time people manage to cross that threshold. Some people never step back, and some people occasionally step over. Whatever the case may be, I'm sure it was all in fun. But it's going to be interesting to see some more of this stuff that comes out. But I see a bleach blonde, bad built, butch body. That's right. I'm seeing a bleach blonde, bad built, butch body. Bleach blonde, bad built, butch body. Bleach blonde, bad built, butch body. Hey, bleach blonde, bad built, butch body. That's what I'm seeing. Yep, I see butch people. And with that, I am going to bid you all a good night. Thank you. God bless. Love you guys. I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Ooh, 1 hour and 9 minutes. I love it. Okay, let's get out of here before somebody bring up another subject or topic or something like that. Okay,